Young Thug has recently been in headlines here lately for snitching, something that he has always supposed to have been against and would tell the whole entire world to not mess with certain people because they are rats and they snitch. And you know, with Young Thug, those who don't know who Thug is, Young Thug is an Atlanta rapper. My hometown actually was one of my favorite rappers up until I stopped listening to hip hop. He was a gangster rapper, a legend gangster rapper who was totally against snitching. You know, the whole snitches get stitches. If you're a snitch, then you know you're a rat. Nobody can mess with you. You can't be trusted. We don't talk to the police. We don't snitch on our people. We don't talk to the feds. But yet, Young Thug has recently been in media for doing the exact opposite of what he said he would not do, which was snitch. He has been snitching. He has turned Atlanta. Now listen, to those who don't know, I'm from Atlanta. I love my hometown. Thug has turned Atlanta, Georgia upside down. He has ran Atlanta for the past at least like 10 to 15 years. He has set the standard in Atlanta as far as gangster rap. He has set influence in Atlanta as far as culture wise, how people dress, you know, the fashion, the style of music. YSL has a big influence not only in Atlanta but also the whole entire world. Atlanta is on the mark. It's on the map when it comes to music, fashion, movies. Atlanta, where is that? And he's a big trendsetter in Atlanta. Well, at least he was a big trendsetter in Atlanta. But he turned Atlanta upside down, basically telling, you know, making the narrative or creating the standard of who people should and should not mess with due to them snitching or whatever the case may be. He turned a lot of people against Gunna. He turned a lot of people against Rich Homie Quan. He's turned a lot of people against Future. He's turned a lot of people against Lil Wayne, Birdman. Atlanta, I mean, Young Thug has set standards in Atlanta. He has created culture. He's definitely created culture in Atlanta. And Young Thug was King Slime, as he would call himself, King Slime. He was a king in Atlanta. And Buddy, he really had Atlanta in the palm of his hands. You know what he thought that he did up until him going to jail for RICO. But because of that incident, him going to jail for RICO, he was in there for a while. He wanted to get out, so he began to snitch. And, you know, because of the reputation that Young Thug has as far as not snitching and being so gangster and, you know what I'm saying, being a young thug, you know, for him to be such a hypocrite to say, hey, you a rat, don't snitch, or if you a snitch, we don't mess with you, slime, for you to actually go and do the same thing that you rap against, is very hypocritical. And Atlanta is on him. Not only just Atlanta, but all of hip hop, everybody in mainstream media, all of his hip rap buddies, they own him. They don't want to fool with him, because how dare you? How dare you create a standard and go against that standard when it's convenient for you? And not only that, he's so shady about it. He tells the police, hey, I'll tell you anything you want to know, just don't tell the world. But it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because it just shows the ignorance in street life. How, you know, it don't even matter who dies. It could be a family member. Just don't tell. We know the killers, but we not gonna tell. Why? If you know who killed your son, your brother, your friend, your homie, why not tell? I mean, because in all actuality, it's just not right. It makes no sense. When these folks, when the feds get a hold of you, it's just common sense. You have to tell. Like, I'm not finna go to jail for nobody, bro. But they so sold out to the streets that they will. And realize when you get in jail for real, it ain't even what you was trying to create a standard for. It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it. These folks don't be your friends for real. They'll snitch on you just how like he snitched on them. just a lot. It's just a lot going on in Atlanta right now. But we got a video for basically just giving a rundown of how Young Thug basically is falling. People are turning their backs on Thug because of the hypocritical standard that he set in Atlanta, that he's going against himself. That's crazy to me. Like, how are you supposed to be so thuggish, so gangster, but you snitching real bad? But whatever. Hopefully snitching, hopefully street culture is over. I believe that gangster rap in Atlanta, I believe that street gangster whole narrative is done, because nobody can be trusted. Atlanta, we very creative, but can't stick together, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm actually glad that this is being exposed, as maybe Atlanta can become a better city. You know, maybe Atlanta can come together more, and maybe a lot of the street violence will stop. People will start to actually get justice on what happened to their family members and their friends. You know, if we stop this whole street mentality, when these streets don't care about you. The streets don't care about you. But a lot of people want to be so sold out to the streets, like the streets are just God or something. These streets belong to the devil, and the devil don't care nothing about you. So hopefully, you know, this kind of recreates Atlanta, or sets a new standard for Atlanta. Just something better, to know that these idols in Atlanta are falling. They fallen. People really looked up to Young Thug as if he was a god, and he's fallen, and that is a beautiful thing. Sad to say. I no longer live that mentality of thinking, you know, the whole street thug gangster stuff. That ain't even me no more. That's not my life no more, and I'm totally against it. You can call me what you want to call me. I don't care, but I'm against it. I'm glad that this is going on. But before we hop into the video, make sure y'all thumbs up the video, like the video for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content, and without further ado, let's hop into it.
To be one of the top sources for the most talented rappers in America, but in the shadows, Atlanta is hiding a dark secret. In a place where the street rappers end up becoming the most popping musicians, once a gangster rapper gets on, nothing is worse than their street credibility being tarnished. And in the streets, there's one label that's impossible to overcome: snitching. For many in the rap game, portraying yourself as a gangster but being outed as a snitch can be the end of your career. There might be exceptions to the rule, but the reality is, once you're outed as a snitch, the streets no longer want to hear your music. And if there's anybody that's ridden hard for the anti-snitching position, it's Young Thug. After pleading his way out of a serious state RICO case that called his YSL label Street Gang, Thug returned home with one of the most solid reputations in the city. He went up against the state and didn't win, but managed to secure one of the best plea deals imaginable. And with his respect level at an all-time high in the streets, he set out on a mission to destroy his former friend and label signee Gunna. Despite taking a more comprehensive plea than Gunna, it seemed that Thug was incredibly bitter that Gunna took a plea and got out of jail before him. So from here, he started a campaign to destroy Gunna and tarnish him as a snitch for taking a plea and doing the same thing that Thug eventually did too. But now, it seems that Thug might have bit off more than he could handle, as after 2 years of disrespecting Gunna publicly and calling all of his powerful friends in Atlanta and telling them to stop supporting Gunna, Thug's own street reputation would be destroyed. When it emerged that 10 years ago, in 2015, he sat down with investigators for a voluntary 2-hour interview where he told the police the entire backstory behind a high-profile shooting. Thug would claim that Pee Wee Roscoe, the man they had arrested for shooting up Lil Wayne's tour bus, used to carry drugs for Lil Wayne. Thug told investigators that Pee Wee breaks the law every day and that he didn't want to do anything to get in the way of their investigation of him.
Roscoe and Lil Wayne? This nigga used to bring Wayne's drugs.
I haven't been to the grocery store in months because this delivery service offers hundreds of high-quality, non-GMO groceries.
No, because every day, bro, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't want to block out y'all case by saying Roscoe ain't do that. I don't know. Yeah. This idiot did it. This idiot paying for it. If the idiot didn't do it, he's going home.
At one point, he even requested food and ate a bologna sandwich given to him by investigators so he would continue talking.
It's pitiful, bro. Like, the man literally destroyed Ghana's whole reputation, his whole rap career. Where I ain't gonna say his rap career, because when he got out of jail, he did drop a fire mixtape, or it might have been an album. One of them, he dropped some music and it was lit, and everybody was back on board with Ghana because he's just truly a gifted artist. But for you to say, hey, don't mess with this person or don't mess with that person because they talked to the police, they snitched, and you turn around and do the same thing, brother, and you supposed to be King Slime, king of the city, like, bro, that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. Very, 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 very much so hypocritical. And a lot of people are turning their back on Thug, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all.
You want some food?
They still ain't getting
Do
me.
you want some food? We'll get you some food.
Sorry.
We'll get it. We'll get you mixed up. Okay?
You want to see if we got some food?
Yeah, let me check and see.
Some bologna sandwich. You don't like bread?
Yes, it's too thick.
Oh, it's too thick. Everybody different.
Right.
That bread's so thick.
Let me let you eat, man. You keep trying to eat, man.
Yeah,
You keep...
I'm trying to eat.
Thug, despite his legal team crying foul at his own trial that lyrics shouldn't be used against him, he would point out to investigators in the interview that Lil Wayne had previously rapped about Birdman having an army and wanting him to go down in a hail of bullets like Tony Montana at the end of Scarface, an observation that left detectives overjoyed at this enlightening discovery.
Before that album, he said, on one of the songs, he was like, I don't want no problems, I just want my money. Birdman is an army, I'm a one-man army. And if that coming for me, I'm going out like Tony. He said those exact words.
Like, bro, like this man, yo, if I was like still in the streets, I would so be offended. If I was still living that street lifestyle with that street mentality, I would truly be livid. I would be hot. Like, bro, like you beyond snitching, you telling it all. I'm talking about Thug spilling all the tea, bro. You gonna bring somebody else into the conversation that snitched just to take the heat off of you, bro. That's a coward move if you a gangster. That's all I'm saying.
Tony Montana. Scarface. I know Scarface. See.
He was like, Birdman is an army.
Okay.
He said Cash Money is an army.
Snitching.
I'm a one-man army. And if them coming for me, I'm going out like Tony.
Gotcha. Scarface, the last station in Scarface. Yeah.
And he would end the interview on a positive note, with investigators telling him he did great and Thug offering up his personal number, promising detectives that they could call him anytime for information, just as long as they didn't tell the world that he was talking to them.
Mr. Williams, you did.
Whatever.
You were wonderful.
This
Yes, sir.
promises, make promises. Just keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you don't know anything, tell me. I'm telling you anything. Well, don't tell the world.
What's your number?
Yes, you can.
Hey,
I don't have your number.
Whatever.
well, give it to me.
But now that audio's leaked, the world is
That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know, what people fail to realize is that these, you know, OG top dog gangsters like Young Thug, you know, whomever like is a king in their city, you know, they be locked in with the police, and they lock in with the police intentionally so that they can get away with whatever crime they want to get away with. That's why he got away with murder and RICO and gang violence as long as he did, because he was already locked in with the police. He already had their number. They had his number. Anything that they wanted to know, he was willing to tell them, as long as y'all still allow me to live this king slime life in the streets and do my dirt. Just don't bother me as I do my dirt. Anything y'all want to do, anything y'all want to know outside of my dirt, I'll tell you. Just leave me and my dirt alone. And a lot of people didn't know that, but that's how it goes. When you a king in your city, you got to get locked in with the police. A lot of rappers do this, and it's crazy because they'll get locked in with the police and hop in the studio right afterwards and say, hey, we don't mess with rats, we don't mess with snitches, but you go and you do the same thing. Matter of fact, you got these people on speed dial. Hypocrites.
turning on Thug in the exact same way he wanted them to turn on Gunna, with real street figures calling it how they see it and labeling Young Thug as a full-blown snitch too.
Whack, he was spitting the cops. Come on, he was.
How you spitting the cops and you're telling them the truth? Who you spitting them at?
Now, he told him, now, he's like, Roscoe's a junkie. He couldn't do
Roscoe
those.
commit crimes Roscoe breaks the law every day. That makes the cops look at you. What we talking about?
So if you making a reservation to tell,
after you already did some telling. You booked a date to tell furthermore like a concert. Y'all can't do that now. Don't do that.
Say that 2 hours of spending the police is not even a thing.
Spinning?
Yeah.
How much spinning you gonna do? You gonna be dizzy in 2 hours?
Hey, listen. Hey, so I feel you though.
Like 2 hours is crazy.
2 hours maxed out, right?
What logic, you look at Gunna as a rat, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you gotta look at Thug like a worse rat. Because Gunna didn't mention no names and Thug did, bro.
As the word snitch generally refers to, snitch being a noun, definition, a person who informs on someone, especially to the authorities, like the police. Informal and often derogatory, used to describe someone who betrays others by revealing secrets or reporting wrongdoings. Snitch.
Damn.
But unable to accept the reality of the situation, Thug would go on to make things 100 times worse when he decided that if he was going down, he would take down the whole of Atlanta with him, going on to call out other respected street figures in the city rats too, and using debatably...
Not only is he a snitch / rat, but he an evil man. He a hurt man, because now you want people to fall with you because your secrets have been exposed. The world now knows that you, Young Thug, is a snitch. So now you want to take people down with you who probably got some dirt. You got some dirt on them. Now you want to... I can't stand dudes like that. People like that in general. Oh, you mad. You mad because you got caught. Cool.
Flimsy information to back it up.
Young Thug dropped a snippet from a song and he mentioned you in it.
Tight.
You heard this. He said, Yak Gotti tricked me for some years. I didn't know he was telling.
I tricked who?
Said Yak Gotti, this is a Young Thug rapper. Said Yak Gotti tricked me for some years. I didn't know he was telling.
Who I told on?
Thug basically said if he's going down, everyone's going with him. And now the city of Atlanta's reputation is in tatters, as the whole world has now labelled the city, Ratlanta, the city of snitching rappers. But how true are the snitching allegations against Thug, as well as the allegations he made against others? Well, today, we're going to look into every story and case and try and determine the real from the fake, and answer once and for all, are the streets of Atlanta still solid like they used to be, or is it now truly Ratlanta, the city of snitches? Content warning, this video is about...
That is wild. You know what though? That's serious, bro. It's serious and it's sad. It's sad that it got to be like that. It's sad that everybody want to be a gangster until the heat is on them. When the heat is on them, then they want to, I know I said I wouldn't snitch, but I've been in jail for 5-10 years. I want to get out. No, bro, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. You say you a rat, right? You say if you a rat, go gospel, right? Hold on. Young Thug made a tweet. He made a tweet about Gunna. Mind you, they said Gunna ain't say no names, but clear as day, you can hear and see Young Thug giving out names. Like, this man is literally snitching on everybody who was supposed to be in YSL. Gunna ain't give no names, but had the audacity to make a tweet to Gunna talking about some, if you a rat, what'd he say? If you a rapper and you a rat, you gotta just go gospel, twin. What you mean? So does this same tweet apply to you, Mr. Young Thug? Because you definitely just switched. You definitely switched and you snitched. Talking about some, if you a rat, you just gotta go gospel. Well, I hope that you could take your own advice, because I'm pretty sure they would accept you in Christian rap. If you for real. With your influence, if you for real, they'll accept you in Christian rap for sure. You might as well go gospel, twin. Yeah, Young Thug, because I like Gunna. I like the Thug too, but I liked his music. I always knew that he had a kind of like a hypocritical personality, just by his music, and me being from Atlanta and going to some of the same schools that he went to. I knew of him, about him, and I've been around him a few times. At clubs and stuff. He ain't really, I ain't gonna say too much, but it's just lame. It just shows you that ain't no point of even trying to live a street life, bro. I know everybody just live their own little life, mind their business, stay out the streets, and just be a regular American. Why everybody gotta be a straight street gangster? If you rat, you a snitch, you might as well go gospel. Like, everybody just, why we can't just live normal lives? Like, why everybody want to be so thuggish and so gangster, bro? Like, I get it. It's the music, it's the media, it's social media. But I hate to say it, but Thug is a snitch and a hypocrite. He's a snitching hypocrite. And I'm calling it how it is. I know a lot of y'all probably gonna disagree with me, or may not even disagree, but you know, may have some words for me in the comments, and that's totally fine. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Y'all think Thug snitching? Y'all think, is he justified for doing it because of the way that he's doing it? What y'all tell me what y'all think about him saying, I'll tell you anything you want to know, just don't tell the world. That's what got me. I want to know what y'all think about that. Let me know down below in the comments.